All right, I think we are live, hopefully. Let me see. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me or not? And if you can hear me well. All right, good. Then we're going to start. Okay, welcome guys. How are you guys? Are you guys good? Hey, what's up? We got Burner in the chat. I think there's a slight delay between what I'm saying and between the chat, so sometimes I'm waiting for you guys to type something. Okay, well, welcome everybody. We're doing another feedback stream. As always, I might give away 1 or 2 free masterings to the 2 songs that I like the most. So yeah, let's just dive into the first song and let's keep it. Let's get it going. Yes, that's what I wanted to say.
Just be good to me.
Nice, nice. I think there's some really good elements in here. I like the piano. Obviously, this vocal is really nice. You got a nice groove in the drums. Personally, arrangement-wise, I think it was somewhere around 2:30 for the first breakdown. I think that's a little bit too long. I would introduce a smaller breakdown earlier in the song so that the listener has some resting moments as well. And yeah, but other than that, nice elements. There are some leveling things that I would change. For example, I think your bass could use a little bit more volume. that might be just me using headphones right now and not being on the speakers. But there were also some hits in there that you use as a fill, and those were a little bit loud as well. But yeah, other than that, amazing elements in here. I can see that you already released this one on YouTube. So yeah, great job on this one. Let's have a look at the chat. I see some familiar names here. Guys, let me know which DAW do you guys use to produce in? Like, I'm always curious. I was actually talking to someone this week that was using Reason, a DAW that you don't hear off too often. So yeah, really curious to hear what kind of DAWs you guys are using. All right, this next song is by Deno. I can see he's in the chat here, so yeah, his song is called Kickback. Let's have a listen.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Fake like that. Fake like that.
I'ma kick back and fake like that. Fake like that.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that.
Nice, nice. I like the vocals. There's some cool synths at the beginning of the drop. My feedback for this would kind of be the same as in the last one. It's all about leveling. So, for example, at this beginning of the drop, the vocal is really loud.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that.
And because the vocal was so loud right before the drop, it's taking away all the energy from the drop. Like, the drop feels small now compared to that super loud vocal right before it. So it's always, before we start talking about EQing and compression and stuff like that, the leveling is the most important. So make sure everything is nice and balanced. And I think right now this vocal is too loud and it's taking away some energy from the drop. But other than that, yeah, you got a cool idea here. Also, when you have rap or quick vocals, don't use a long reverb on it. Like, use a short reverb. Usually on rap vocals, there's not a whole lot of reverb, and I think the reverb on this one is a little bit too long. So yeah, a couple of small tips to improve this song, but yeah, cool idea, cool vocal, nice synths on the drop. Also, the synths are a little bit too loud, so yeah, I would lower the volume of the vocal and the synths, and then I think you got a cool idea here. All right, let's continue. Let's see what kind of DAWs you guys are using. Burner's using GarageBand. Yeah, obviously. Show me how to make a song in GarageBand. That would be fun. I see some FL Studio, Ableton. No one's using Logic here? I think I'm the only one that uses Logic. I feel like less and less people are using Logic these days. Back in the days, you couldn't really use FLstudio or Ableton on Mac, so yeah, you were kind of forced to use Logic. But now that you can use Ableton and FLstudio on there as well, I see more and more people switching to mostly Ableton. I think Ableton is taking over right now. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, no worries, man. Nice tune, man. Keep up the good work. All right, we're going to listen to P-Tech, and he has like a super original name for the song. It's called ID. The strobe lights are for the real bangers only.
No taming, I'm misbehaving.
Okay, I'm going to pause this one for a second because I already want to say some things here. Yet again, there's a nice groove in the bass and in the drums. But I want to say a couple of things before we're going to listen to the rest of the song. This vocal is probably your main theme of the song, and you probably want to introduce that here in the breakdown. You want to look at it as in a movie. If the main character is introduced somewhere halfway through the movie, that doesn't make sense, right? It's the first thing that gets introduced, and this vocal is like your main theme because the rest is just drums and bass. So you want to introduce that earlier in the break so the listener doesn't have to listen to half the song to get to the main theme. Another thing is these up and down lifters. Like, this is a big tip for everybody that's just started producing or has been producing for a couple of years. Up and down lifters or any effects are there as a background sound, not as your main sound. So they should be in the back of the mix and low in volume. When you put them super loud in the mix, yeah, your mix sounds fuller, and yes, it will mask some of the mistakes that you made. But now the main element of your song is the up and down lifter, and it should be like your melody or your vocal or your main theme, right? So, yeah, we're going to keep listening to this one, but my first couple of tips: make sure you introduce the vocal a little bit earlier, and make sure the FX is way lower in volume.
No taming, I'm misbehaving.
Also, this little background brassy sound that I hear is in the wrong key, so you should check that out. I think you need to pitch it up or down to the right key. Really nice organ here. Yeah, same for this lead that's coming in right now. It's all of a sudden in a different key. Also, this sounds like a completely new idea for a new song. It's a luxury to have multiple ideas for one song, but then pick one and then make that the main theme and build the song around that instead of introducing some new melodies and stuff in the second drop that don't really fit with the rest. So yeah, really nice kick and bass. You got a cool organ in here. You got a nice groove in the drums. It's called jazz. Yeah. No. I've heard this excuse before. Like I make my songs in Dorian, so it works. All right. Yeah, this was P-Tech with ID. Let's check out the next one. Okay. So I just saw Eddie Lopez. I don't know if he's still here, but he said that he put the wrong link in. So yeah, we'll get to the right link later, I guess. All right, different question. This is an interesting one. Who do you guys think is going to be the new big producer DJ for 2025? And what is like going to be the main genre that's going to pop off and be super popular? By the way, we're listening to, I think this is French, so I'm going to try my best. Le Sons with Echoes.
Am I lost in contemplation, running circles in my head? Every step's a complication. I keep moving, but instead it feels like I'm stuck in motion, like the tide won't let me go. Every wave's another notion.
Yo, what's up, Ilya?
Beneath, below. Echoes fading slow, calling.
How are you doing?
Lost inside, but I still try to break away and touch the sky.
Nice. This is the first version, so there's probably only a first break and drop. Love the vocals, love the melody, love the sounds that you used. Yet again, this comes down to leveling. So I feel like your bass should have a little bit more volume. Your vocal might be a little bit loud in the mix, and your drop doesn't have as much impact because there's quite a loud vocal right at the beginning. You know, when you're producing and you want your vocal to be on top of the mix, instead of adding more volume to your vocal, try to take away some frequencies where your vocal is playing from all the other elements. So instead of pushing your vocal with more volume and it completely disconnects from all the other sounds, try to take away just the frequencies where the vocal is playing. So yeah, I guess that's it. What do you think, Kriss, when it comes to genre and artist? I love it. Let me see. Bass house, techno, 90s, tech house. Yeah, I guess these genres are already quite here, and they will probably be big for 2025 again. Especially here in the Netherlands. I don't know where you guys are from. So let me know where you guys are from. But here in the Netherlands, like techno has been blowing up, and especially the hard techno scene. I guess it's kind of coming from France and Paris, where hard techno has been big for a couple of years now. And I think hard techno will be even bigger. I kind of think that Afro House is not going to be as big anymore this year. Because for those of you who don't know... little plug here for myself, but I played at Tomorrowland last year, and I'm playing at Tomorrowland again this year. And I noticed that most Afro House artists were kind of struggling to play on the bigger stages because Afro House is kind of slow and low in energy, and it's great to open up stages. But then when it was later during the day on the festival, I kind of saw them struggling, and that reminded me a lot of Tropical House when that became big. Like those artists were struggling to play on the bigger stages as well. Let me see, we got someone from the Netherlands. Shout out Netherlands. Miami. Nice. Must be nice to be in Miami right now with the good weather. I'm from Germany. Techno and hard techno is the biggest genre at the time. Yeah. But in Germany, I guess in Berlin, techno has always been like the main thing. Let me see, someone's from New York. That's nice. All right, let's see. We got a fellow Dutchman here. I'm going to say his name in Dutch because that's the right way to pronounce it. Job Govers. Ever house pack coming end of the month, or are we too late? No, I think it will still be popular this year, but like last year it was like the main thing, and I think it will be a little bit less this year. We got somebody from Italy, from Rome. Nice, guys, nice. Send me a good pizza, please. All right, we're going to listen to Job Govers with his song More.
You keep on coming back for more. I hear you knocking at my door. Now that you know what you've been missing, you swear that you can't get enough. I know you've been hoping and wishing that you could get more of my love. You keep on coming back for more. I hear you knocking at my door. Got everything you're looking for. I know what you need to score. You keep coming back more.
Nice, man. Nice. I turned on the strobes for this one, which means I like it. Yeah, no, it's super cool. I think, again, maybe the vocals are a little bit loud. I'm not saying like lower than 5 dBs, but maybe 2. And I can kind of understand why you did that, because in the build-up, there's a whole lot of sounds that are fighting with the vocal, and you need that extra volume for it to still pop out of the mix in the build-up. But then in the breaks, it's kind of loud. So I would kind of maybe automate it a little bit, like over here, put it maybe 2 dBs lower in volume and then slowly automate the volume up. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a great song. Let me give you some advice on some small details I think you can improve. I feel like the beginning of the break sounds a little empty. You could maybe put a little Reese bass underneath, but like low in volume, or like a sub drop, or just something to kind of fill it up. It felt a little bit empty in the lower frequencies. And also with songs like these, I think hard-hitting drums are really important. And maybe you can put a transient shaper on top of your drum bus, and then open up the attack a little bit, and especially the clap. It needs a little bit more. I want to have that that feeling, like that clap is smacking you in the face, and I'm kind of missing that. But those are like small details. Just, yeah, like super small stuff. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's a good song. Great job. Let me see. Who's next? We got Mr. Clang Safari. All right, let's have a listen. I have high expectations. I did a clap like this. You can sample that.
I love it when you take my vibe. 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 I love it when you vibe. I love it, take my vibe. I love it when you.
I love it when you.
Nice, man. Nice. Some big sounds on that drop. Love the distortion on the kick. I feel like you put the distortion on the kick on there with the decapitator, but correct me if I'm wrong. And what I dislike about the decapitator is that it usually takes away some of the low end in the kick drum. I feel like I'm missing that. But yeah, no, I like the distortion on it. Just missing a little bit of the low end. Maybe you can boost it back with an equalizer or use R bass by Waves. A couple of things that I think you can improve. For me as a DJ, when a song starts like this, and there's not really much happening, there's no melody, no vocal, or nothing introduced. Usually that's really hard for me as a DJ, because then the crowd is waiting for like 8 bars for something to happen. Okay, I see you did it with the knock plugin. Okay, yeah. Anyways, it sounded kind of like the decapitator, because that's usually what happens with the decapitator. But yeah, I think you can bring back a little bit of low end in your kick drum. So yeah, for this first 8 bars, maybe you can already introduce the vocal by taking some words and put some delays on there. And then in this part, it's a whole lot of the same with the vocal. Maybe you can find some extra vocals that you can combine with each other, or maybe you can get a little bit creative with it by using some delays on certain words and not giving away the full vocal, because after a while this gets a bit repetitive if it's only one sentence. Yeah, other than that, I like it. Yeah, it's cool. Let me see. What do we got? Oh, there's a lot of dead links, guys. Don't delete your song after submitting it. What the hell? Okay, we got Mimi Q with Body Poppin'. By the way, guys, did you guys try the new FabFilter Pro Q4, and what did you think of it? The whole spectral EQ and stuff. I think it's super cool, but let me know what you guys think about it. Nice, I like it. Really cool. I'm digging that bass line. Those sounds that are here in this beginning of the drop. Wow, I like it. It's like a combination of that that new Odd Mob Max Styler style, but still that groovy bass line of the original, like the classic tech house that we've been listening to for the past couple of years. And yeah, I think it's really cool. For feedback, I think your clap is a little loud. In the other song I was talking about, that in that bass house style you want that clap to smack you in the face, but in this style it's a little bit more groovy, and I think the loud clap is taking away a little bit of the groove. But yeah, got to be honest, other than that, I absolutely like it. Maybe if I listen on my speakers instead of the headphones, I can do some like really small detail feedback of the mix. But yeah, just if you want that, just send me the song in my Instagram DMs and I'll have a listen after the stream on my speakers as well. But yeah, no, I like it. It's great. Maybe my favorite of today so far. So let's keep this tab open. All right, I think we finally got Eddie Lopez from Miami. Eddie, let me know if you're still here in the chat. The song is called La Principessa. I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, let's have a listen. Great. I love it. Very good balance, I think, in the overall song. Like the drums, the bass, it all works really well together. The only thing I think you can improve, well, there's two things I think you can improve a little bit. In this build-up, you're introducing what I think is your main theme, right? Is that one vocal chop and your big synth here. But then the drop is without the synth, which I think is okay for a first drop. But then on the second drop, it's also, the melody is also not there, and kind of feels like you're introducing us with a team, and the team is building, and then you're expecting it to be like big and the full team to be on the drop, and then there's nothing of the team on the drop. So maybe think about it. Maybe you can use that same rhythm, but then with a smaller synth on the drop or something. Another thing is you have like really soft, nice heads with a long sustain, and also a shaker and some reverbs on there. But together, it's kind of smearing out the whole drums. And to bring back a little bit of the groove, I think you can take away some sustain. Now you can do this with a compressor, but also with a transient shaper on your drum bus. Just taking away some sustain on the drum bus just to bring back a little bit of that groove. Not too much because you want to keep that nice smooth flow in the drums, but yeah, because you have those long tails on the hi-hats, and also you have a lot of shakers and reverb there. I think it would groove even better if you just take away some of the sustain, maybe like 5 to 10%. But those are like really small details because this sounds great, man. So yeah, keep up the good work. I like it. Guys, by the way, feel free to drop your feedback on the songs in the comments as well. I mean, I think everybody loves to hear some extra tips on their songs, and I probably don't hear everything. So if you have something nice or maybe to say about a song or maybe some tips, drop them in the comments. I can... Armensky said, put endless smile on it. Armensky, I think you're banned from the chat now. All right, let me see. We're going to the next song. It's by... Yeah, no worries, man, Eddie. I think you did a great job. This song sounds great, and even though it's not like a really big song like the other ones, because it has a different style, I still put on the strobes because I like it a lot. So yeah, really good job on this. All right, we got Fluid 6. Let me see. The song is called No Use in Fighting It. Fluid 6. Let me know if you're here in the chat. Let's have a listen.
The beat. No use in fighting it.
Yo, what's up, Fluid 6? Let's have a listen to your song.
Let your body be the beat.
On that. On that.
No use in fighting it.
On that.
Be the beat. Be the beat. Fighting it. Song is coming. Hey.
Right here. Right.
All right, nice. I think you got some great drums in here. Drums sound well balanced and work well. You have a nice bass, like a rolling one, but it's kind of in the background. And since there's not many other elements in your drop, there's some vocal cuts here and there, but not like a main melody or anything. Maybe you can bring that rolling bass line a little bit forward in the mix and make sure it's a bit clearer. So that way, at least your frequency spectrum is filled and the listener has something to focus on when listening to it. Your breaks felt a little bit empty, so maybe you can add some atmosphere or work with your drums, put a lot of reverb on them and filter them a little bit more. Maybe Armensky will put an endless smile on it in the break. No, but all jokes aside, I think... yeah, you should try to balance out this song a little bit better. So bring the rolling bass line a little bit more forward, and then the vocals are sometimes a little bit loud and they almost sound like they are in a different room. So think about the reverbs that you're using on it. If you use the same reverb for every vocal, at least they sound in the same room. And then if you maybe layer your rolling bass line into 3 layers and put a little bit of that reverb on your top layer, it will sound more like one because they all have the same reverb. Yeah, I guess that's the feedback I have for your song, man. I think this has a lot of potential. Just need to balance it out a little bit better. All right, let's keep it going. We got Just Wes with In My Mind. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no worries, man. Keep up the good work. I think there's a lot of potential in your song, man. So, yeah.
In my mind. In my mind. In my mind. In my mind.
All right, really nice intro. Almost sounds like the beginning of someone's set at Tomorrowland or another big festival. But yeah, you got a nice big intro. There are some things that you need to think about. I'm not saying you should change it, but after listening to this song, it's really hard to remember the elements in this song, because that hover that you have and that brassy sound, they come in so many different melodies and rhythms and variations, which is nice because you want variation in your song, but it might be a little bit too much. So, for example, when we start here on the drop, that's nice, that's cool. But then all of a sudden there's a whole new rhythm coming in here with the synths playing a different rhythm, which kind of confused me a little bit. I would say just keep the same rhythm going and then maybe play around with the vocals and bring them back instead of cutting everything up into a totally different rhythm, and which almost sounds like a new song to me. And then same for this drop, all of a sudden there's a new rhythm and a new melody coming in. Yeah, which almost sounds to me like you could turn this into 3 different songs. So I would say pick one and then just maybe play around with one playing in a low octave and one in a higher octave, instead of having different melodies and different rhythms. Yeah. I guess that's it. Other than that, yeah, super cool. I would say get your festival slot and play this as your intro. All right. Let me see. The best of the best EQ plugin is Q4. It combines all I need in one plugin. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, it's great. Now you don't have... I mean, Soothe is quite expensive, and FabFilter Pro Q4 as well. So it's nice that you can have a spectral EQ within Pro Q4, and you don't also have to buy like a Soothe or something. Are any guys in the chat who have some cool like plugin secrets that I have to check? I was in the studio with somebody today, and he showed me like a new limiter that I had to check out, which was super cool. And I'm always curious to find out about new plugins. So if you have anything cool, just drop it in the chat. I know Helemaal Hulleman has a really cool plugin suite that he uses where there's like a whole bunch of effects into one plugin. Okay, let's see. We have Santino Gigante, I guess, with David Marsala. Okay, I probably butchered your names. Answer in the chat, and we're going to have a listen.
cuando ella se despidió, otra más me pidió. Coge mi número y después me escribió. Bueno, le doy las quiero en la boca pa' que sienta el frío. Quiere desquitarse conmigo lo que ha sufrido. Mami, yo siempre.
Nice. Cool vocal. I like it. Nice groove again in bass and drums. Like that as well. There's everything sounds like it's clipping too much. I can hear a lot of distortion on your kick and on your bass, and it sounds like it's either pushed into the limiter too hard or your whole mix is going into the red. So I would either let this song get mastered by somebody or check if everything is in the green and nothing is going into the red. Some other things. I like this switch up here with the where there's some melody introduced. With the Reese bass, that's super cool. I felt like you could play around with some filters and some reverb a bit more to create some more excitement here in this build-up and in this build-up as well. For example, if you listen to this part and you would add some reverb automation onto your drums, and just maybe some endless smile on the master or something. That way you can create a little bit more excitement. So yeah, just right there on that part, I would just open up a little reverb on the drums, filter some of the high frequencies out there, so your drop is coming in a little bit harder. Also, here I was expecting at least some sort of synth, trumpet, or something else coming in for some variation. Yeah, on this part right here, this little section, maybe you can add a little synth or something to create some more variation. Could be really simple. It doesn't have to be super crazy, but yeah. P-Tech, really appreciate the feedback, Kriss. I missed it live, but watched it back. Thank you. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Glad you made it to the stream. All right. Santino Gigante. I hope I say that right. Cool song, man. Just yeah, some small things I would change. Okay, let me see. We got Enmol right here. Again, let me know if you guys are in the chat and if you are watching. I love this. Great. That bass line is super funky. The trumpets are nice and they work really well together. I see somebody in the chat is saying it's a sample. I don't care, man. You used it in a great way. It's a great sample. Samples are there to be used, so why not use them? Yeah. I love this. And what I think you did really well is that bass line, it gets a bit repetitive after a while. And right when I was thinking, oh, maybe it needs to have a switch up, you took it away right here. that was great. So I have to be honest, I don't have much to say about this song. Again, maybe if you want like some mixing feedback, like super detailed, I have to listen on my speakers again. I can't right now because you'll hear the music through my microphone. But yeah, I love it. This sounds great. Great idea. When an idea is really good, then it doesn't matter. Like that's the most important thing. So love this. Let me see. Banks Transient Shaper. I've never heard of this. Let me look this up. Banks Transient Spectral plugins. Audio plugin equipment to powerful multi-band transient shaper clipping to precise waveform. Ah, nice. That sounds good. Actually, right now I'm using a multi-band transient shaper from Isotope from Neutron, which I think is great. Like if you want to have some extra attack on your top kick, you can just make a band on the higher frequencies and edit. But this sounds cool as well. Let me see what other plugins people put in the chat. Waves Factory Track Spacer. Yeah, man, that's been a secret weapon of mine for years. I can remember like 14 years ago, somebody showed it to me, and it's been great. Like right now, I do the same thing, but with Soothe, I think is even better. But yeah, Waves Factory Track Spacer is another great plugin for people who don't know. You can actually put this on your leads and then put the vocal as the sidechain input, and it will push away all the frequencies where the vocal is playing to make room for the vocal, which is super nice. But as of lately, I've been doing that with Soothe, which I think works even better. But yeah, Eddie Lopez with the tip on the Waves Factory Track Spacer is great. Okay, let me see. By the way, guys, if you're here in the chat, I usually pick 1 or 2 songs that I like the most of the stream, and I do a free mastering on either that song or a song of your choice. So yeah, if you want to have a chance on a free master, just drop your demos in the Discord, and I might pick you for the free mastering. Is this guy named Sui? Or is it Sui? I don't know. Let me know if you are in the chat as well. Nikita is saying, hi Cherva, I wonder if Kriss will turn on the strobe light for your track or not. You know, actually, Ilya and I made a track together that we released. So I might be a little bit more picky on his song. All right, let's have a listen to Sui X V4. Okay, let me pause this for a second because I have a couple of things to say. Love the rolling bass line, love the vocals, idea is great. I think there is a couple of sound choices that you made that it's hard to say something about this because there's taste and there's just like stuff that's good or bad, and this comes down to taste a little. And I don't mean this in like a super mean way, but the sounds that you pick for the drop sound a little bit cheap. The melodies are good and the idea is good, but the sounds overall sound maybe a little bit like older sounds that we used back in the days. And they have a lot of reverb, and they are kind of in the background. And for those of you who don't know, I do a lot of classes on different schools. And I say this all the time. When you put something in there and it's a melody, make sure it doesn't feel like it's standing in the corner afraid to talk. Make sure it's standing in front of the room and it's talking with a big chest and his hands open, okay? And right now your synths sound like, because of the reverb and low in volume, they sound a lot in the background. And I also don't really like the sound choice. I think this has a lot of potential, this song. Don't get me wrong, I think your idea is great. But I feel like you can improve your sound choice a little bit, especially on those synths that you use here in this part and the next part in the drop. Another thing, your top kick is really loud. And I think for a style like this, it works better to have a kick with less top kick and a little bit more body in the lower mid frequencies. So either change your kick drum or see if you can filter away a little bit of those higher frequencies and maybe boost a little bit around 200 hertz and put some little distortion on the kick. Yeah, I guess that's it. I just wanted to pause it because I heard a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Let's have a listen to your last drop as well. Yeah, again, I love that brrr at the beginning of the drop, but then that other synth, that sounds a little bit cheap-ish. It's like a saw synth with a lot of reverb on it, with not a lot of processing. I would just maybe get a preset pack, like a techno one or a tech house one, and just scroll through those presets, see if you can find a little bit more of a modern sound. Because yeah, your idea is great again. So hope that helps. All right. Let me see, we got Lupa right here. Joan is saying Knight Rider vibes. Yeah, I wanted to say this sounds a bit like house, but synthwave-ish, which is cool. Yeah, this song has some cool elements as well. Like I like the vocal, I like the bass melody. A couple of things I think you can improve. The up and down lifters are a little bit loud in volume, and I would use more automation with filters and reverb to create that excitement instead of using the up and down lifters. And then here in the second part of the break, I can hear you added a string, but I would also add maybe some extra drums or a ride to keep it more interesting instead of only adding the string. Yeah, so you hear that string coming in, that's where I would also put like a ride or an extra shaker or something extra to keep it more interesting. And then on the second drop, you have a new synth, and I feel like the whole Knight Rider synthwave style is gone, and now all of a sudden you're introducing like a super modern like new synthesizer sound. I would have a look at maybe some synthwave packs and see if you can add a sound that fits more with the rest. Other than that, a great idea with a lot of potential, I think. Let me see, we got Shadow Ryuken in the chat. What's up, man? How you doing? Okay, so now it's time for your song. That's why you're saying hi there. Right on time, right on time. Okay, this song is called Shogun Tantra. Let me see. I'm curious to hear if you use some Tantra in here as well. It's Tantra is like a plugin by Plugin Alliance that's used a lot in minimal tech house. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second to give some feedback on this first part. There's a lot of nice elements in here, but there's too many elements in here, okay? You have too many things going at once. You got that acid bass line, which is quite chaotic by itself, which is not a problem, but then you add that vocal on top, and then there's also a second vocal thingy in there, which I think is too much. You have to make a choice. You can't put like all the things in at once. It's like Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, and Dua Lipa and Ed Sheeran trying to sing at the same time. It doesn't work. Okay, so there is a lot of cool things to choose from here, but pick one as the main element and put the rest more in the background or take them away.
Make the bass pop. Higher, brasha, jana, ramshane, higher, brasha.
Okay, what I like here is that your stutter on the vocal and the snare drums are working really well together. They have like the same rhythm. That's nice.
Bass pop. Higher, brasha.
But now here on the drop, the vocal is really loud in volume, and I can barely hear your bass line. So you have to, I think you have to lower the volume of the vocal. And maybe you can add a little sidechain on them as well to keep the flow going. Yeah, man, I love your originality, like super original. You have some crazy vocals in there, which I've never heard before, and that's great. Here's the thing. When we talk about mixdown, people often think about reverbs and compression and saturation and all sorts of difficult things that you have to do. But usually it comes down to two really important things. That's making a choice. What is your main element and which do you put in front of the mix and what do you put in the back of the mix? And the second thing is audio leveling. And in this case, I think if you remove some elements so it's not too busy and also make sure that the vocals are not too loud, you already have a way better mix, and then you can do some compression, EQing and all the other things. But yeah, super original. I mean, I would keep this vibe going, and then if you can improve the mix a little bit, then yeah, I think you got something super cool here. All right, we got Oliver in the chat. What's up, man? How you doing? Let me see. What do we got here? We got the live Rufus Du Sol Casey Kula remix. I don't know how to pronounce this. If you are in the chat, please let me know how to pronounce your name.
Staring at the sun, lonely, and look what I've become, being lonely. I know I'm not the same.
You can't go wrong with a Rufus Du Sol
A
vocal.
lot of things have changed for me. This is the life you wanted. This is the life you dreamed. This is the way your life
Yeah, I like it, man. It's a really nice idea, and like I said, you can't go wrong with a Rufus Du Sol vocal. So yeah, that's great. A couple of things. I think your bass line is coming in a little bit too hot, as in it sounds like it's clipping a little bit. So check your levels and make sure you don't put it too hard into the master. But ID-wise, this is great. I feel like your drums are drowning in the mix a little bit, so they could have a little bit of extra volume. But it's difficult with a vocal like this, with a lot of reverb and a lot of delays. Then there's almost no space left for any of the other elements. So yeah, maybe if you can add some attack on the transients. It sounds to me like your master is kind of killing the transients of this song a little bit, and that's why I'm missing the attack on the kick and on the hi-hats, and that's why your kick is not popping out of the mix that well, and also your drums. Doesn't have to be necessarily the master, but it kind of sounds like that's what's happening, like a really short attack on your compressor or something. So yeah, I would have a look at that. Otherwise, if that's not the case, just add some extra volume to your drums and maybe a little bit extra top kick to make it pop out of the mix a little bit more. Other than that, yeah, great idea, man. Love the melodies, and idea is always the most important thing. So yeah, nice job. Let me see who else. Oh, by the way, Maiki, I see that your song is up next after this one, and I put your song in my new radio show, which, by the way, guys, I'm starting my new radio show from this month. Let me guys know if you want to have a little preview of my intro, because I've been working hard on it and I'm super proud of it. All right, we're going from Lupa to Hoopa. Again, let me know if you're in the chat and if you're watching the stream. Again, super original track title. It's called Idea. Let's have a listen.
Searching for someone, but your love still lingers in the depths of my soul. Like bittersweet dream of your song. Dark and searching for someone. Now the moon hides her face, the stars lost their charm. There's a wonderful the darkness searching for someone, but your love still.
I like it. I forgot to put on the strobe. Wait, let me do that right now. I think it's great, man. I got small feedback, but this is only small details because I think your song idea is great. I love the drums, love the rolling bass line. Vocal is nice, but the vocal is a little bit loud on this part of the drop. I don't know if this is a sample or if this is an original vocal, but if it's an original vocal, I think you can improve the reverbs and the delays a little bit. It sounds like there's a little bit of much low end in the delay, in the reverb, and the delays are sometimes a bit too much, which makes it hard to follow and understand the lyrics of the vocal. I think that's something you can improve. Let me have a listen. Maybe a little uplifter here just to create some more tension, but yeah, great song idea, man. I love it. Okay, let me see, what do we got in the chat? I see that you're here as well. What's up, I don't know how to pronounce all these names. Is it Hoopa? And apparently Maiki is Mike. All right. You guys want to see the intro? Okay, let's do it. Let's see. Here we go.
Welcome to Pulse Control with Kriss Reeve. Of the best house music in the mix.
Gotta keep it going, don't stop the flow. Moving to the rhythm, let your body go. Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bum, bum, bum.
This is Pulse Control.
Okay, that's a little snippet of the intro of my new radio show, which is coming this month. Could have made the drop more interesting with some filtering and gate, maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, I got a tip for that. There's a 3 kilo hearts bundle. And this has a trance gate in there, which is super nice. This trance gate, which really works well for that new Odd Mob Max Styler style that everybody loves. So yeah, I would check this out. It's free. And great tip by Rocco K. All right, here we go. Now we got Maiki, or Mike. I guess he's here in the chat, so if you guys have some feedback, type it in the chat for him as well.
I've got peace deep in my soul. I've got love making me whole. Since you've opened up your heart and shine on me, I've got peace deep in my soul. I've got love making me whole. Since you've opened up your heart and shine on me, I've got peace deep in my soul. I've got love making me whole. Since you've opened up your heart and shine on me, I've got peace deep in my soul. I've got love making me whole. Since you've got peace. I've got peace deep in my soul. I've got love making me whole. Since you've opened up your heart and shine on me.
Nice, man. You can't go wrong with this acapella. The acapella is a little bit too much. I can see that you said you made this 4 hours ago. One thing that you can consider is here on the drop, maybe lowering the formant of the vocal, so it sounds a little bit lower for some variation. What you can also do is put this into AI, and then maybe use some different voices for the drop. Maybe there's some more of this vocal, like verses that you can use, chop it up, do something creative with it. Otherwise, it gets a little bit too much of this vocal after a while. Yeah, you said you needed to improve the mixing and mastering. Like, there's some small things that I think you can improve. And I'm pretty sure you're going to do that anyways. But yeah, cool idea. I guess the vocal was a little bit loud on the drop, and it has a little bit too much mid-lows for it to fit the rest of the song. This is from an old school song, and these old school songs had a lot of mid-lows in them, but the new songs that we make now don't. So it doesn't fit with like the new style of songs. So you have to take away some of the mid-lows. How can you clear this sample? Okay, so that's an interesting topic. There's a couple of ways you can do this. First off, you have cover rights. Basically, you can get a license for a cover, which means you earn part of the money, and the other part of the money that's earned goes to the original writers of the songs. And for example, a distributor like DistroKid can arrange a cover license for you. And that's quite easy. The only thing you have to do is you can't change any of the lyrics or melodies, and you have to have somebody who sings the a cappella for you. You can't use the original a cappella. If you want to use the original a cappella, then you have to find the publisher or the owner of the a cappella and ask them if you can clear them. Well, first of all, it's really hard to get in contact with them. If you have a good publisher, then maybe they can. And usually they'll ask for a lot of money if they even want you to use it, if they will even allow you. So that's quite difficult. I've tried with one song and it came down to 50,000 euros that we had to pay, which obviously is quite a lot of money. So we just covered it. We didn't pay the 50,000 euros. All right. Yeah, you can use AI. I don't know if you guys heard about Audimi, or however this is pronounced, but this is a great tool that you can use. James Hype used it for his track Wild, for example. And there's many great voices in here that you can use. And you can just put in the original a cappella and you get a new voice, and that means you covered it. And then you only need to get a cover license through DistroKid or something. All right, let's see. We got M right here. Drum code techno. Actually, I have a cool story. I have a student of mine who just released her first self-made single on Drumcode, which is super cool because she's only been producing for like a couple of years. So. Nice, it's cool. I like it. There's a couple of things that are really loud in the mix, like that synth, and that comes in right here as well. I think you can easily lower that like 6 to 8 dBs in volume because it's really loud. Another thing, there's a super cool thing coming in here with those little bleeps, but sometimes they get a little bit harsh, and I would use a little soothe or maybe an EQ to make sure those peaking frequencies are not too loud and not too harsh in the ear. Let me see. Yeah, I guess that's my feedback for this song. Other than that, yeah, it's cool. You could maybe think of like getting a really good theme in this song, like one vocal or a melody or something that will stick with you in your head, because right now it feels like a solid idea, but it's missing like that standout theme or vocal in it. All right. Okay. Let me see. We already listened to one song of Les Sons, so I'm just going to continue with Churva. And it's a collab with Nicky Groen, and it's called You Decide. All right. And it's the master, so here we go.
Morning, it's 4 p.m. I might get wasted, and I might go in to the club all night.
To the club all night.
To the club all night. Night, 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 night.
Okay, I think this part is a little bit too long. I'm missing some variation here.
4 p.m. I might get wasted, and I might go in. Night, night, night. You decide.
All right, nice. As expected from Chirva, I mean the kick and bass are big. They sound really good together. The drums are nice. I like the percussion. Did you turn on the strobe light because your heart called you, or because I asked you to? No. With this big bass and kick drum, I liked it, so I put on the strobe. Let me see. I have to be honest. On the drops, it felt a little bit empty. You have a big bass and some nice drums, but there's not much else that's kind of triggering me or getting me interested in the song and want me to listen again. So the vocal in the break is nice, and the mix is clean, and the mastering is cool, but I think, yeah, the drop, it needs something, like a cool melody or synth or something that just tickles my brain and makes me want to have a listen to this song again. I guess that's the feedback I have for this one. But other than that, yeah, solid production as expected from Chirva. All right. We got Juke Knobs. Get it right again. Again, Juke Knobs, if you're here and you're watching, let me know in the chat that you're here. And we can all give you some feedback on this song. All right, nice vocal, nice bass line, but you need more variation. You need some synths, you need some ear candy, maybe some bass steps here and there to keep it interesting, okay? Otherwise, it's just kick, bass, hi-hat, clap, and the vocal, and that's, in my opinion, not enough. You have a solid bass and a really nice vocal, so you can really work with that. Now, the sample choice of the hi-hat, I'm not the biggest fan. Because it is a little bit sharp and it's not the right groove, and it also doesn't fill enough of the frequency spectrum because the hi-hat needs to fill up a lot of space because you only have like the kick, the bass, and the vocal. Other than that, those downlifters, the noise downlifters that you hear at the beginning of your drop, that sound, that's taking away a lot of energy from your drop. I would either use a sustained noise that just playing instead of look at me making all these samples with my mouth here. So yeah, that's taking away a lot of energy from the drops. I think this has a lot of potential, but it needs something extra. It feels like a solid idea that you made in the first couple of hours that now you need to add some more elements to it. All right, let's keep going. We got the Kill Romeos. By the way, guys, can we start a little discussion? Which burger is better, McDonald's or Burger King? Let me know in the chat. I'm hungry. I love this echo on the vocal and with the chords.
Haunted by your love,
I think the shaker's a little loud in this part. Other than that, it's beautiful. Okay, beautiful song. Love the vocal, love the chords. I love the subtle details in the echo that just echoes out into this break. I feel like your bass is one octave too high. I feel like if you put it down, it sounds more like it has more power in the bass, but also sounds warmer. Maybe you're playing a C or a B note and it makes it harder to pitch it down an octave, but then I would keep those notes an octave up, and then the other notes I would put them one octave down. The shaker is a little loud here in the break. Maybe you can add some pads, strings, atmosphere to add to that beautiful emotion that's in your chords and in your melodies from the vocals. But yeah, this sounds great, man. I mean, late night drives, maybe like sunsets on a nice island. Yeah, this is great. Yo, what's up, Alfie Noise? How you doing? I can send a remix or should be original song. No, you can send in a remix, man, if you want. Yeah, you can send it in the Discord. The link is on top of this chat. You can find it right here on the top right. You can just send it in if you want. Let me see. We got Luyo. I don't know how to pronounce it. If you're here in the chat, let me know how to pronounce your name, please. So I don't butcher it next time like I did with Mikey's name. Yo, Elfie Noise, you can send in your remix, man. Yeah, you can send it in. Yo, what's up, Leo? How you doing? Where you from? Okay, I feel like here there should come in some stabs or trumpets. For example, you have that yes I know, and if you then put a stab after it, like yes I know, right away. You know what I mean? It's like get a little bit extra to keep it interesting. Yo, what's up? Mexico, man, I love Mexico. By the way, I love Italy as well. I love the food in Italy and I love the food in Mexico. I feel like your hi-hat that's playing in between the kick drums could be a little bit louder. It will help with the groove because your shaker and your clap is quite loud, and then the hi-hat is in the background a bit too much. But yeah, I think if you put the hi-hat a little bit louder, it would be better. Yeah, man, great tune, great vocal, great vibes. Well, I think the mix is decent. Like I said, in a couple of demos before, I'm listening on headphones. I have some great speakers here in the studio, but I can't listen on them because you will hear the music through the microphone as well. And I want you guys to enjoy the music as well. So Oh, bro, Elfie Noise, don't start about tacos, man. I'm on a diet. I need some tacos. I think I can eat them for like in the morning. I can eat them in the evening. I can eat them like all day, every day. I love the tacos. I love Mexican food. But yeah, Luyo, please help me with how to pronounce your name because I'm probably butchering it. But great song, man. You got something great here. Hi a little bit louder and maybe something in between the vocals. That's it. All right, let me see what you got here. Okay, so these are 4 songs. Did he say which one he want? No. All right, we're not going to listen to 4 songs. Guys, please just send in 1 song and then I will send you a pizza, man. Please send me a pizza. I could use some pizza right now. But yeah, what I want to say is please don't send in like multiple songs because we want to listen to everybody's demo, but we don't have time to listen to like more. I'll send you taco pastor. Yes, that's nice. That's with pork, right? All right, I think this is a solid production. The synths are nice, the vocals are nice, the drums are good, the bass is good. But I want to challenge you, Jaxby, to figure out a good team for these types of songs. Because there's many people, especially in the Netherlands, that like to make this type of house music with these types of synths. And the ones that always stand out are the ones that either have some great vocals in them or some weird synths or a melody that you can't get out of your head or just something crazy and creative. And right now, this song to me feels a little bit generic. Like there's a lot of songs that sound similar. So even though this is a solid production and a great song, the challenge is in like, what are you going to do next? Like, how are you going to take this to the next level and make sure this song is going to stand out compared to all the other house songs that sound similar to this one? But yeah, it's a solid song, man. Nothing else to say. Santino Gigante. I think we already listened to a song from him. Oh, we got Armensky, man. Armensky is always sending in some dope songs. For the guys who don't, who just tuned in, I'm giving away 1 or 2 free masters every stream to the best 1 or 2 songs that I like the most. And I think I picked Armensky like twice already. So maybe today I'm not picking Armensky. But he usually sends him some dope tunes. So let's have a listen. And let me know if you're here in the chat, Armensky. All right, just going to pause for a second. I feel like the top kick and your clap are clashing. One tip for that is the first kick, you just leave it alone. The second and the fourth kick, you take away some of the attack, make room for the clap. I think that will work better because they are clashing a little bit and it makes your groove a little bit stiff. Let's keep it going.
The lust of having sex. Lust keeps on
vocal could use some more volume. Great melody, I like it. It's an original sound, it's creative, I like it. I like the melodic change up here, it's great. Yeah, man, I think this is another great song. Like I said, I think that the kick and the clap are clashing a little bit, so I would use that trick where you take away the attack from the second and fourth kick drum. Also, the uplifter here was a little loud. That uplifter was a little too loud in my opinion, and the vocal needs to be pushed forward in the mix a little bit more. Other than that, great idea, man. Again, like Arminska, I'm a big fan. Please send in your songs for my new radio show if you want me to play them. Yeah, absolutely love it. All right, let's see. Elvi Noise says the drums, I like them. Yeah, man, the drums are nice. Arminsky is good with the drums. Eddie Lopez is saying it sounds very close to the original. Like, Eddie, what is the original? I think I've never heard it. Okay, we got a jazz house edit, so this is either going to be off key or it's real jazz. Yo, what's up, Copa? How you doing? Where you from? Okay, this is like real jazz. I like those chords and I like the piano, but sometimes the groove is not really working with your bass and your drums. Maybe you can kind of quantize that a little bit. I know you want some groove in there. You don't want it to be too stiff, but I feel like some notes are not really working groove wise. Also, I feel like you could go with a better vocal than this one, and make it an original, because you know, this vocal is used quite a lot, and I don't really see the connection to this whole jazzy thing. I think there's way cooler samples that you can get from a track lip or splice or whatever that would work better with this, because it's a super cool idea to use those jazzy chords. I also feel like it like key-wise, it doesn't really work that well. So I would just go for a different vocal sample and turn this into an original. Yeah, also it gets too repetitive. So if you have another vocal that has more variation in it, I think that would be great, because the rest I like it. Damn, I didn't know there was a prize today. Yeah, I mean... when you choose the track to master, I choose it at the end, man. Whenever I listen to all the songs, I choose one or two songs that I like the most. As you can see, I left some open that I think were great, and yeah, I'll just pick one or two at the end that I like the most. Just wait for until the end. By the way, for the winners, you can just contact me on on Instagram and just send me a message, and I'll send you a form for where you can fill in your information for the free mastering. Yeah, man, Copa. I think, yeah, find more cooler vocal. Yeah, I think your song is too good for this vocal. Let's just say it like that. Okay, I think this is a classic, too many ideas in one song. So there's loads of great elements in here. You got the nice acid bass line. There's also cool vocal chops in here, but it's like a lot of ideas into one. And I think you need to balance out this track a little bit better. So the bass is a little bit too loud. And let me have a listen. For example, your sub bass is really loud in this part. And you have 3 different melodies playing at the same time. They kind of follow the same structure, but it's a little bit chaotic. I would pick maybe 2 of them and don't add more. All right, less is more. Keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, I guess that's the feedback that I have for you for now. I think there's some other things you can improve, but I think about what is your main theme and try to make variations of that main theme instead of adding like 5-6 different ideas into one song. All right, let's see, what do we got? We got a nice little sea otter and a cat. This is from Max. It's called Drown in It. Max, if you're in the chat, let me know. Nice, it's solid. I like that little percussion that you got in that drop, like the bass, like the drums. I think your clap could use a little bit more attack. Yeah, I think you can add a ride in here as well to make it sound a little bit bigger. I don't want to sound like Carnage, bigger and bigger, but yeah, I think that ride could make it sound a little bit bigger and more bright. Your clap could use a little bit more attack. Yeah. Yeah, I like the percussion and all the little details you have in here. I think it's a solid production, nice vocal, well balanced. Yeah, I think it's a short one, man. I just got a couple of small details and small feedback things, but other than that, it's nice. All right, let's see. Who do we got here? This one is from OTD. It's hard dance. Okay, I'm curious. Again, OTD, if you're in the chat, let me know if you're here. By the way, guys, it's a little bit quiet in the chat. Who is still here? Let me know. Is this your song, Olivier? Okay, in this part there needs to be like a variation. I think this is a good length for a drop, and then here it gets a bit too much. I like this stutter right before the drop. I think on your drop you can use a little bit of noise. The mixer and master needs to be improved a little bit. I think there's a little bit too much low end in this. But the vocals are nice, and the idea is cool as well. Think about your variations, because the song is 4 minutes and 11 seconds long. I think this part is too long. And then here at the end again. 160 BPM, nice. But other than that, yeah, man, it's you said it was a meme, but I think it's cool, man. It's a nice idea. All right, who do we got here? We got Noah Tees. You guys have hard names to pronounce. I just hope I'm saying them right. Yeah, Olivier, there's always too much bass in your songs. But yeah, I think you need some good headphones, or you need like this sound ID reference that I use for my headphones right now. Okay, again, solid production, like nothing much to say about any of the production quality. But again, I can hear like the tantra being used. There's like the standard drums that everybody uses, like the well-known steps that everybody uses. I would like to challenge you again to come up with some original themes, like put some Arabic flutes in here, or put something crazy in here to make it stand out compared to all these other songs that sound similar to this one, because I can hear you're a good producer and you know what you're doing. But I guess that's the next step, to take these songs to the next level. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yo, what's up, Max? Thanks for reacting to my song, man. Yeah, no worries. Only been producing for a bit under a year now. Nice, man. That's good. Producing is fun. Keep it up. All right, let's see. Who do we got here? Lactose legend. Give him some milk. All right, it's Wise Theodore with Spin Me.
Why don't you say it's worth running away?
Okay, pausing this for a second. If you have a really bright melody like this and also a vocal, you need to make a choice. Either one of the two needs to go into the background, and in this instance, I would say the melody. So maybe filter it a little bit when you are intolerant. Yeah, this was Lactose legend, guys. All right, so put a little filter on your melody when the vocal is playing to make room for the vocal. Let's keep it going. Big drop. I like it. I think this melody is a little loud in volume. Yeah, that tune, 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 tune. That's a little loud in volume. Oof, nice what you did with the vocal there. All right, I think your drums are a little bit bright. You could put some soot on there to make it a little bit more subtle. Other than that, filter your synths here when the vocal is playing. That way, it's also more of a surprise when they come in later in the build-up. I think it's a win-win situation. Other than that, yeah, sick, man. Sounds good. I love your creativity here with the vocals as well. Good job, man. All right, let's keep it going. I think this is the last one for today already. Oh, well, I'm saying already. We're already online for 2 hours, I think. Okay, we got a classic, Better Off Alone by LV Noise. And finally, man, your remix. Yeah, you're welcome, Wise Theater. Nice job on the song, man. Nice job, man. It's cool. It's a classic. I mean, you can't go wrong with remixing this song. A couple of things. I think your bass could use a little bit more volume, especially in the mids. Then this second melody that comes in here, I think you need to filter out the frequencies where the original melody is already playing, because right now they're clashing a little bit. Also, what I'm missing is maybe a good ride or some in-between hi-hats that keeps the flow going a little bit, because this clap is slowing it down. So maybe with some other drums you can keep the flow going. But other than that, like, super cool. Let's have a listen to this second break. Nice trance stuff. Nice, man. Nice job. I like it. I think if the BPM is 2 or 3 higher, it would work even better. But that's like style thing, so that's your own choice. But nice job, man. Good job, LV Noise, on the remix. All right. Well, I guess that's the almost the end of the stream. I'm going to pick like my 1 or 2 favorites from this one that I left open, who can send me a message for the free mastering for either this song or a song of their choice. So let's have a listen. Okay, that's a good one. I like this one a lot. Okay, I think these first 2 I like a little bit more than this one, even though Eddie Lopez has sent in a great song. All right, let's have a listen to this one. Okay, I like this one a lot because of the idea. I think there needs to be some improvement in the mix, but it's great. I'll keep it open for now. Oh yeah, this one was great as well. This one might be a little bit too generic for me compared to a couple of these other songs, but this one is a great one as well. Yeah, and the vocal is still a little bit loud here. I'll keep it open for now. Oh yeah, this one was idea-wise was really good, but these other ones stand out a little bit more to me because of the mix quality. Another great one, but I think it's similar to this one, and I like this one a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, this one was great. I think this one needs a bit more improvement before we can master it. All right, I'm going to be nice today, and Job, Mimikyu, Anmol Jehemp, and Hoopa. You guys can all send me a message for a free master done by me. Send me a message on my Instagram at Kriss Reeve, and we'll make it happen. All right, thanks everybody for joining the stream today. There were some great songs in here. I hope everybody learned something from this and that I could help everybody. And I see you guys in the next